Mind of your being. I am Lady Master Natasha.
Blessings, greetings.
Beloved ones, it is important in your development to understand that when one blesses one's life with what you are calling the peace, but what might also be called meditation into the deeps, or reaching to the depth of the love that exists at the center of the universe, one might say, that you began activating and reactivating certain cells and memories within your being. For there is not, I say, under the heart and the mind of your being, there is not one human on your planet that has not come to planet Earth already, as it were, pre-coded with the atoms and the molecules and the memories that will enhance and multiply the peace once that individual begins to desire it. When that happens, these memories of what the peace holds when you are freed from illusions begins to activate itself. As it begins to activate itself, it is like a flowery essence that attracts those things unto it that support its beauty, and pushes and repels from it those things that cannot appreciate its beauty. Much like flowers you have upon your planet, where to some they smell delicious and to others they want to be out of the house when the flowers are around. And other smells can act the same way. And so there is great thrill in the human being's memory when the invitation to enter the peace is extended. And yet one must remember that by going into the peace, one will need a support network, as it were, for the peace will flush out of the system those thoughts and feelings and memories that do not resonate in harmony with the peace itself. So if there are reactions or judgments or fears or anxieties and so forth that still live within the human being and its spiritual self, these will come to the forefront. And the more one enters the peace, the more rapidly they will come. And so know that, beloved ones, when you begin the introduction of this marvelous method of reclaiming your divinity. This evening, beloveds, we speak of the white fire that exists within every atom and molecule of your being when you activate it. And when that white fire is activated, that also pushes out from the being that which cannot live in its same space, even though the white fire is made, as it were, of love and the energy of love and from love. And even though it has no judgment, it has a frequency that is so intense that only that which is within harmony of that frequency can remain in its presence. The white fire is not for beginners. It is not for those who have not already practiced releasing, as it were, or transmuting, as it were, or shifting or altering in some way. For the white fire is intensive. It is and has the ability to purge, one might say, the self of limits that keep the self from perceiving its divine awareness. Not just a knowing, beloveds, in your mind, but awareness of who consciousness is and what the consciousness is doing, where it has come from, what its goals are. And so this evening, with this preface, we bring you into the white fire that lives in every atom and molecule of your being. So when you have allowed yourself, as we have in these moments, to become more at peace, to feel the deepening of the peace, to desire it, to long for it, to know it is around you and within you as you deepen along with it. You are invited to imagine yourself as the radiant white fire. This can be done in many ways. It can be done imagining the white fire to come from the heart of your being, so that extending from the heart are rays of white that extend in all directions until you are completely filled by the fire itself. Or you can imagine it igniting in each of the atoms and molecules of your being, so that little by little you are like a billboard, as it were, that starts its light and soon is consumed by the light. Or you can, if you choose, imagine the white fire in front of your being, and knowing that you are cleansed and purified, you step forward into the flame and feel your illusory self consumed by the love frequency of the white fire. And like any energy, it requests of you direction. It requests of you to be guided, told, suggested into the reality you are seeking.